Привет из Сингапура! С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки, спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about honor and let's start with the definition.
Owner, this is a person who has some resources, money, technology, maybe building, and some other. And he or she wants to create a business, or maybe already created, and invite people to work for her or for him. And there are a lot of different conditions between them about salary, about how they start, how they end, about controlling, about dashboards, and so on. An owner, when he is naive and start his business for very first time, he thinks that or she that everything will go okay because everyone thinking how to make their job better. But clients write appeals. Employees, they do not want to work any additional minute. Resources suddenly would be robbed or uses in west way, and owner became very sad because he don't expect it.
And in terms of the difference between owner and the shareholder, what are they and can one be another?
Owner and shareholder, it could be the same person. For example, if you, Maxim, own a company and you are just a single owner, you're also a shareholder for 100%. But usually we make a division between this kind of roles like this. Owner, this person who has something and he usually manages this. But shareholders just paying the money and became like strategic investor. So I give the resources and I just sit and expect that some people who are capable and was elected by some guys like me would lead our company to the summits.
What are the things that actually make the owner of who or she is, and what are the principles they should follow?
There are several kind of owners. First, for example, someone's son or daughter or nephew, and this money were given by uncle or aunt, and there are no efforts were taken to start the business. Everything goes because it was sponsored. And this kind of owners, they usually do not like people, do not appreciate to the customers. They just want to have a nice picture in Instagram and Facebook or LinkedIn, nothing more. They do not develop the company. So they think that it is like a juice squeezing machine. If I will put a pressure, I will get much more juice. Another kind, if you, for example, was working for someone and you was trying to have some kind of money aside, and then you put all this money in your small business, and for sure you like your company and you would be like a mother or father to your employees, and you will be very attentive to a customer. But it is also not so good because in this case you will be like a fruit in a juice squeezing machine. And something indifferent, something in between, this is when you have money and when you start, for example, second or third business, you have already been in it. First or second attempt were failed, but now you think, now I will make this right. I read several books, maybe I paid to some consultant, and suddenly I realize that there are different ways how to lead the company. And now I'm trying one, then another.
So you actually mentioned some of the threats of the owner, and in order to go from the first level to another, and in terms of the types of the owner could be in terms of the scale, maybe personality, maybe generation, maybe industry, or maybe the number of attempts they tried to pick before they would came to this pass. So what are the levels? What are the grades of the owner?
I know such a guy. His name was Peter Thiel. Maybe in short term, I will even make reference for his book. He was asking me via LinkedIn. This is a guy who was paying some shares in Facebook, in Tesla, in PayPal, and some other great startup. And he has a thought something like this: if you are trying to copy someone, you have learned nothing. So you should, on the first level, understand what is the necessity of the public, what is not offered yet. So first, find a new field. Second level, you should think how to make this very stable, not just to gain the money, not just to show great results, but also your ship should become unsinkable. And third level, and third level, when you already have money, when you have already working business, and now you think how to expand, not to nearest city, not to the closest countries, but around globe.
So, and when it comes to for the owner to make certain things that actually could be done in a different ways, it would be great to hear top three. And I think it's also would be interesting to look from the someone who interacts with the owner on a different level, what kind of mistakes they also make. So probably let's make it 6 from for both sides.
Wow, it would be a long answer taking into account speed of my English. Okay, let's start. When we talk with owner, first mistake we could make that we think just about ourselves. We ask, do you have some additional job because I have born sunborn or something like this. Second, you ask to improve your conditions, but you not getting something in exchange. Third, you talk to the owner and you make appeals for your colleagues, for your boss, and you think that maybe he or she will promote you, but no, you became annoying. First level, that's when someone's talking about you too often. It doesn't matter in good way or in bad way. You do not should take too much space in the head of the owner, because you became like, I don't know exactly the word, that's a small piece of the wood that goes in the finger, the nose. Spike. Sorry, I didn't know that word. When we talk from the owner's side, first, he wants to, or she wants to see just motivated people who wants to work not because he or she is looking, but all the time. And it is happy to see that people are a bit in sweet. Спотевшие. In sweet, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Second, owner or like when someone gives advices which could be implemented, not just ideas, rough ideas, that, okay, it's nice to hear, but how to do with this. But if it could be implemented, it's okay. Third, owner wants to know that already someone has done something and it is give a great results. So suddenly someone make as a present already finished project which gives new fruits. And first, owner also like when he or she looks at people and their eyes shining with light. So they give energy to the owner. Lead us, please, but not sad eyes which are saying, okay, we don't want to work for another day. We are more happy if you will give us a day break.
Obviously, no one likes to work with the people who has a dulled eyes. So in terms of the strategic and tactical operations, or even the mode of work for the owner, what kind of combination they usually dealing with? So let's say like if they need to work on some strategic stuff, what kind of percentage it takes and what kind of activities they do? And when it comes to some tactical stuff, what are the functions or maybe tasks they might be performing on a day-to-day basis?
It depends. When you are an experienced owner, you will spend like 95% for tactical steps. You will think how to do, and you'll dealing with micromanagement. But if you are getting older, if your business is second or third, you will start to think strategically. Usually, it's take you weekends, and it's quite not simple. So at the work days, you think with the company about tactic, and alone at the weekends you think about strategic. But then you realize that maybe 1 hour or 2 hour per month should be invested for strategic, and you ask your best employee come and give an ideas, and suddenly you realize that it doesn't work in that way, and you realize that you should to ask some consultants, strategic consultants. They are going from firm to firm. They know a lot of different stuff. They know great ideas that have worked or also doesn't work implemented yet.
And when it comes to the vision of the owner, and let's say, put it simple, it might be something like, well, maybe they want to build a business, and at a certain point of time, they want to merge with someone, or maybe acquire something to become bigger, or maybe even do the exit. So how do they maintain this vision, and whether they need to communicate it to their closest circle of people they work with, or maybe even to the board of the directors? So how do they stay on the path that they choose?
Usually owner has a several kind of clauses, like sport one, official one, and unofficial one. The same, but with words. With employee, they usually talks how to do something. With their words, what we will do in the near future. And when you think about acquiring an acquisition, you will think with whom. So there is a quite different directions, like three-dimensional space we are living in. With employee, we just work on the floor. This is our ground, usually daily basis. With our staff who is managing our employees, we speak about the wall. So we are trying to climb, but it not starting from nowhere. It starts from the floor. But when we think about how to boost our business, we think about ceiling, and so we work on another dimension, and these dimensions doesn't come close to the employees. So employees usually never take part in discussions with whom we could unite or whom we could acquire.
Last question will be how knowing about the skill of the owner could help to make this world a better place.
Maxim, maybe I'm quite naive, but I think that every person at age 40, 45, or 50 should think about how to start their own business. I have a lot of relatives who was working for the state for whole life, and now they have really small pensions. And now they are angry for our president or some other staff in the government, but I think that they were not thinking about themselves at the proper time. To be owner, it means that you are thinking about people, about their families, about yourself, about your family, how to make something which will work even if you will be ill, even if you will be on vacation, even if, for example, you will be dead, but your sons, daughters, or grandsons or granddaughters also will have a benefit from you have done before. This is how to plant a garden. Yes, maybe you will never test this apples or maybe grapes or maybe plum, but your predecessors, they will. Thank you.
Сажайте свои сады, чтобы мы ими могли наслаждаться не только вы, но ваши правнуки. А мы рассмотрели навык собственник и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира.